Hi,
Hey there. I'm Phil.
I'm Sarah.
And the camera is reversed, so when I look in it, it's doing weird things to my brain. But we're gonna push on through. We're on at SLC, in case you guys didn't know. Some of you might. Um, what are we even doing here? What's on at SLC?
Well, it's about art
Yeah.
and it's about what's next. So
Hmm.
you get sober and then it's like, well, what else can I do with my life besides be sober?
Hmm.
And people go in all different directions. And art is one direction they go. It's a direction that I went, and it's a direction that Phil went. So I went to the University of Utah and I studied painting and drawing, and which is kind of funny because really I'm a writer more than a painter or a drawer. Anyway,
Drawer always sounds weird.
drawer.
Drawer. I went to Slick SLCC and got a music recording technologies certificate that I have on my wall.
Wait, what is it?
Basically, it's a recording engineer, audio engineer
Okay.
for mixing and recording and mastering hip
So
hop.
that's how we met. Is I had written this thing that I wanted to record as an audiobook, and Phil records, and so we started working together, and I had such an awesome experience talking into the microphone and owning my art in that way. And then Phil and I started talking about it, and we're like, what if we helped other people do it? The same thing. So
Yeah.
Own It is the evolution of truth amplified. So the evolution of truth is the art process, and then the amplified is the microphone, and that's what we do.
Oh, well put. That's the most concise, whatever description you've had for that so far.
It's been evolving. We've been trying to evolve our definition of what Own It is for the last
or just
3 years.
Change it so it's not the same every time because it gets old, it gets gimmicky. We once went to this place and we're like, here's our website and here's a PowerPoint presentation. It wasn't quite a PowerPoint, but that's how it felt. And afterwards, we were like, dude, this sucks. So we changed and evolved. And now we have a bus with a recording studio inside of it.
His name is Harvey.
He's black and red inside.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 4 microphones, a mixer, 4 sets of headphones. He's very loud.
He's old.
He's old.
He's an old short bus. So that's where our artistic adventures have taken us.
Yes.
We bought a bus, and hopefully we'll be able to bring that portable recording studio to you guys, and you can record your writing, you can record your music. Maybe you can even be on our podcast. So we're always growing and changing, and so we're here at Odyssey House to just kind of invite you guys to have a little bit of a creative window over there. And so we're going to give you guys a writing prompt, and hopefully you'll write something so that when we see you on Zoom on Friday, we can have kind of just like a mini performance, and we get to hear what you wrote.
Yeah, and it's not going to be, there's no grade, or we're not going to be taking notes and sending them in to your facilitators or staff or anything. It's just, I wonder, because we don't really ever say that, but I wonder if that is a hindrance because you think that maybe we're going to make some sort of determination based on your writing, but we don't
even remember it after the class is over.
And that's not because it sucks. It's just because we're just there to experience the moment, and hopefully that's what we can, facilitate for you. So, we're going to read a couple of things that we wrote, and then about school, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back about teachers and school and stuff. For me, high school was just a blur, as I'm sure a lot of you could probably relate to. I went to I went to 2 regular high schools, then I went to homeschool, and then I graduated from an alternative high school.
And I was kicked out of Viewmont High School when I was barely 16. I think I got to go to about 3 months of my junior year of high school. I'm a Leo. I was born in August, so I was a young little person there.
OYP.
Kids. There are a lot of kids running around this house. If you hear strange noises, don't be alarmed. Anyway, they kicked me out of high school and I got my GED and I went to college at 16, and I did not graduate from college until I was sober at age 32.
So there you have it. So we're going to read a couple of things, and then you guys will get to write a couple of things and read them if you want when we see you on the Friday class. So with no further ado.
Want me to read something?
Yeah.
Okay. I will. I'll read to you a little bit about Sarah in school.
Cool.
Okay. I wrote this today. Sarah in school. Who was she? A watcher, trying to figure out what was cool. 7th grade, Gerbeau jeans, and little white kids. Tried out for cheerleader because her best friend made her do it. If we make cheerleader, her friend said, then we will be popular. 7th grade Sarah didn't care about being popular, and neither did 8th grade Sarah. She existed in some strange limbo place where she was really good. Where she wasn't really good at anything. Not defined by anything. She was intrigued by the attention that Monica's older brother suddenly paid to her, his teasing flirtations and performative kitchen monologues, waving the spatula while cooking a grilled cheese sandwich. By 9th grade, she wore her backpack on one strap. Jean shorts, hiking boots, and tie-dyed t-shirts. After trying for 2 years to figure out what school was about, she gave up. Gave up the hope that they might teach her something about the real world or about her real self. Since kindergarten, she had been waiting to learn something of depth and weight, that pungent phrase from the AA Big Book, a message with depth and weight. And she decided that school was actually all about appearances. Appearing to be interested, appearing as if this were the real world, where subjects are divided by artificial screeching bells on the hour. Appearing to be popular, or nerdy, or alternative grungy flannel-clad and hippie-infused, and that word hippie became what she wanted to learn about, and all the other school shit became a public service announcement, because, whoops, my handwriting is really messy. A public service announcement. It became the airline stewardess warning her to secure her own mask before helping the others, only appearing as if any of them could do anything if the airplane crashed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's something I wrote. I once took 2 donuts from a teacher. Another way to say this is that I once stole 2 donuts from a teacher. Her name was Mrs. Bayless, and she was from Blanding, Utah. I know this because she always invited her classes to go down there to Blanding, Utah during the summer. It wasn't a weird offer at the time. Anyway, I stole a couple of donuts, and Bo Uriona told on me. What he didn't tell her is that he took one too. Stole one too. When she sat me down to discuss this, she asked me how my day was and if I was getting enough to eat at home. I might always remember that. I got in-school suspension and had to sit in a 1st grade classroom and do extra work. I was in 5th grade. I don't remember being upset. I remember feeling embarrassed and also worried that I'd get a smack from me mom. Not sure if I did. Mrs. Bayless probably welcomed me back the next day as if nothing had happened. It's vague, the memory. The feeling sticks, though. She was a not so overly jolly woman whom held a warmth in the way she sat. She had an accent that I'm guessing came from Blanding, Utah. I remember not caring too much, that Bo Uriona told on me. What a weird kid. I was very carefree back then and also very disruptive in class. I attribute this to being my sister's brother. She talked most of my parents' ears off, so they didn't have much left to capture my childhood fishy mutterings, so I released them in class. Thanks for listening.
So, the prompt, if you like it, is, in school, I was, and tell us about you in school. Now, this is a free space, and so if there's something else that's just like right there and you need to write it, you can always go with what I really want to write about is, but if you need a little bit of help, like, jump starting your brain, your pen, then that's the prompt. In school, I was, and then just tell us about it. Tell us about you in school. At any age, I really learned a lot, actually, by looking back and remembering what I was like when I was in school. Because now I have kids who are that same age, and I got to put myself in their shoes and remember what mattered to me. And so it's a cool exercise to like put yourself in a different pair of shoes and to get a different perspective on life and on yourself and maybe even on the people around you. And the other cool thing that I find that happens when we write together is that you might get a different perspective on somebody else in the house. You might hear a story from somebody that you're there at Odyssey House with, and it might help you understand them a little bit better. So that's one of the really cool things about Own It that we get to experience all the time is we work with a lot of writers, and whether they're writing music or prose or poetry, we get to have a different perspective. So we get to start out with a theme. So the theme for our next show is redemption. And I have my ideas about redemption, and in the process of creating a show, I get to hear everybody else's ideas about it too, and it expands my understanding. And so that's where that mission statement for Own It came from, the evolution of truth amplified, is that, things evolve as we write about them, and as we sing about them, and as we listen to each other. So we're excited to see you guys on Friday. I really hope that you'll put some time into your writing. And it's an opportunity. I hope you think of it as an opportunity to really spend some time with writing and with yourself. It's a really useful tool, I would say. Would you say?
Indeed.
So yeah, do some writing. We'll see you guys on Friday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being
existing facilitators. If you're watching this, please give the clients enough time so that they have, enough time
to write. And facilitators, and staff, you guys can write too if you want.
So, there it is.
All
Happy Friday to you. Peace.
Bye.